Hey folks, how you doing? Right here we got the Fossil Gen 6 once again. So over the last couple of months we compared this smartwatch to numerous other ones like the Galaxy Watch 4, the Apple Watch 7, the Garmin Venue 2 and the Garmin Venue 2 Plus. And after all of these months, there are a few things that I noticed that I like and some things that I don't like. And today I will share with you my experience with the Fossil Gen 6. Now before we head into the video, hit that like and subscribe button right now if you like that kind of content and click the notification bell to never miss out on any new uploads. As for point number one, let's talk about the built-in GPS and see how good this one is, or should I rather say how bad it is. So over the last couple of months, I've been doing a whole bunch of workouts. If it's a bike tour, a running workout, a walking workout, or whatever. And I can say for sure that the built-in GPS is not great by any means. I know it sounds a bit harsh, but I want to be honest with you guys, and that's just the truth. So if I pull up some of my GPS workouts, you can see that other GPS lines are all over the place. Even if I'm walking straight lines, the built-in GPS doesn't seem to get it. It is more like once I do a sharp turn and change direction, this watch notices this point and connects it to the next point of the sharp turn, and that's basically the GPS. I mean, even for people who don't care about the built-in GPS and the accuracy of it, you will still get the wrong mileage and the wrong step count. Now, just to let you know, I compared this watch mainly to my Garmin Venue 2 and the Garmin Venue 2 Plus, which are both exceptionally good in keeping track of your stats. So if you're mainly looking for a smartwatch with good activity tracking, I would suggest one of these two products that I just mentioned, or if you're looking for something right in between, the Galaxy Watch 4 is also a good option. I think let's jump into a positive feature of the smartwatch since we started so negative. And one of them is the sleep tracking. So during my testing time, there was never a night in which it didn't track my sleep. The Gen 6 tracks your light and deep sleep and the time you are awake. It also gives you the daily stats for the last 7 days and tells you your average bedtime and time you wake up. And it even goes further and tells you your weekly and monthly average. Great feature for all of the people who are looking for getting a better sleep. So there's one extra feature this watch has to offer, which is the snoring detection. So you can actually detect if you are snoring during the night or not and listen to it the next day if you happen to be one of those snorers. If snorers is the right word. Do you say snorers? And the last feature is that you can set a goal so you can see if you hit your minimum sleep score during the night or not. Now as for the price, I think we are in a good place. Now if you look it up on the official store, it will still cost you 300 euros. But over the last 6 months, this watch got a bit cheaper if it's on Amazon or some other online platforms. Just the other day, I found a price for 250 euros and I think that's a good deal. So don't forget that this watch has a whole bunch of features to offer. You have on-road calls, you can download apps, you have a customizable watch faces, you have a lot of health metrics that keep tracks of your health stats, of course, and a bunch of other shenanigans. So overall, 250 euros is a good deal. If some of you guys find a page where you get a cheap deal, you can leave that in the comments below, just in case someone is looking for this watch and wants to buy it. Next up, I would like to talk about customizable buttons. And I know it's a common thing nowadays to have customizable buttons, just like on the Apple Watch, on a Samsung Watch, or on a Garmin Watch. But these buttons really come in handy. It's just so much faster to open up your workouts and start one of them right quick, get to Google Play, open up Google Maps, or any of your other apps on your watch. But those are just the ones I would use the most. In case you don't know how to do that, head over to your settings and find personalization. And over here, click on customized hardware buttons, and from over here, you can connect different apps to your upper and lower button. The middle button is not customizable and only takes you to your Google Voice Assistant, but you can just swipe to the right and click on the little mic icon on the screen, or if you scroll down and activate the voice command, you can activate the Google Voice Assistant by saying, "OK Google." One more negative thing about the Fossil Gen 6 is the battery life. And I guess we can see it in two different ways. On one hand, I'm glad that we have 4 different battery modes. It's either the daily mode that drains your battery life in about 24 hours, the watch only mode that turns this smartwatch into an analog watch, which is not the reason why we buy smartwatches. We've got an extended mode that turns off a few key features, but I guess I can live with that, and we only have to charge it like this every few days. And the last one is the custom mode, in which we can choose which features we need and which we do not need. And I definitely like this one the most. But on the other hand, those are no features that I wouldn't find myself in the settings. And I don't need an extra battery mode just to turn off the always display mode, the NFC, or the OK Google detection. And if we are honest, most of us will never even touch one of those battery modes, and we all stick to the daily mode, which is set by default. And if you little Timmy now writes in the comments, yeah, I change my battery mode every day to match my lifestyle, you're probably one in a million, and Alex, Birthday, and Jennifer probably not even heard about battery modes, and they all stick to the daily mode. Which also means we all only have like 1 day of battery life, which is not great. But there's actually one good thing about the battery life, which is the charging time. I think it is the fastest smartwatch to go from 0 to 100%. I mean, it goes from 0 to 80% in just 30 minutes, which is super quick. And I think it kind of mitigates the bad battery life and it makes it a little bit better. As for next, let's talk about the accuracy of the heart rate. And during the day, I didn't see any big spikes. But when it comes to some workouts, it is always a little bit on the lower side of things. Just for reference, I compared this watch to the Garmin Venue 2 and the Garmin Venue 2 Plus, just in case you want to know. And I didn't plan to say so many bad things about the Fossil Gen 6, since it's actually a good watch overall. Now, besides the heart rate, all the health metrics are very good. You can talk to your friends and families right from your watch with the built-in speaker and mic, and they even understand you very well. You also have more than enough storage for music tracks, playlists, and podcasts that you can download right from Spotify to your watch as long as you're connected to the Wi-Fi. And that's a feature not too many smartwatches have. You can receive and answer all of the notifications that you would normally get on your smartphone, like Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, and that stuff. And the cool thing right here is that you can even choose how you want to answer to those messages. You can speak to the watch and let it dictate for you, send emojis, use one of the many quick reply options, or type your own message on the keyboard, even though it's a little hard for me sometimes with my fat fingers. Also, what I really use a lot on this watch is the rotatable button. I really got used to turning the button instead of swiping through my tires, apps, and workout modes. First off, it works better if the screen is wet by sweat or by rain. And second, I guess there is no second, I just like not swiping on my screen left and right and use the rotatable button and get not so many fingerprints on the screen. So I guess technically there is a second. So there are a bunch of positive things about the Fossil Gen 6 and only a few negatives that I've just mentioned. By the way, we're still waiting for the Wear OS 3 and that Alexa. I don't know what's up with that, but I hope we get to see that soon. So if you're looking for an accurate sport watch, I would suggest going with one of those Garmin smartwatches. And if you're looking for a balance of tracking your activities and you still want to have a bunch of smartwatch features, you can go with the Fossil Gen 6. And I guess that's it. So see you next time. Peace.